We all share a common goal, and that, I think, is to create a client experience that makes us a magnet for exactly the right clients. And the problem is this: we may be using old approaches to tackle a very new challenge because client engagement is changing. So over 90% of clients are satisfied. Over 90% of clients are loyal. It's pretty good, right? When things are good, it's a bit like having a pair of blinkers on. But when we've got those blinkers on, we don't necessarily see that things could be changing around us. And I think they are. When we look at that data and look deeper into it, we see some risk. The problem with satisfaction is it makes you just as good as everyone else. When it doesn't differentiate you in an industry where good just isn't good enough. Today I wanted to suggest that we stop trying to satisfy our clients and start focusing on engagement. Set a different standard for ourselves. Set a higher, more aspirational goal. Because as we look at some of the trends that are impacting engagement, suggesting that there will be a different role for our clients in future. And to me, that's disruptive. I think that to really understand this, we need to look outside the four walls of this industry. So we know that client engagement is changing. That's not in doubt. I think the only question that we're left with is whether you'll change with it. So if you think back to when you got into this industry, I know it was a while ago for some of us, but we all started with incredible focus and extreme energy. Had no idea what we were doing, but it felt great because we were building something, we were creating a business, and with that came immense focus. And then something funny happens, right? It actually works. So we're growing the business and we add some clients and we start building a team. At home, we're having kids, we're getting married. Life gets in the way, and all of a sudden we find ourselves far from the goals that we set originally. We drift from the goals that we set originally. And we see this all the time. We call it the fulfillment flatline. And that flatline creates risk in the business. In the research that we did, we found that there was a group who had changed, who had been approaching that flat line, but then they broke through. So they had clarity, they had focus, more revenue. They worked fewer hours, generating more revenue in fewer hours, which is extraordinary when you think about it. But here's what I really love about this research. These advisors who were more focused, who were generating more revenue, who were working less, they told us they had more energy. They told us there was less stress in their lives. They told us they had better health. It's amazing. So when you get to that point, when there is complete alignment between your personal vision, your business vision, the client, and the team experience, that's when the magic happens. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about one of the biggest frustrations that we hear about when it comes to growth. It's referrals. Here's what we've discovered. Clients are referring. You're just not meeting most of them. So we talked to investors and they told us that when they see their advisor as a leader, when they would use that term, they're more likely to be engaged and therefore they're more likely to refer. Leadership is about inspiration. Leadership is about guidance. Leadership is about you going one step further and connecting on a very different level with your client. That's what people talk about. I have never gone out to dinner with friends and said, you should see the return I'm getting on my portfolio. And by the way, they meet with me twice a year. I know, it's shocking, but that's what they do. Like, we don't talk about that stuff. But when my advisor sends me a link to some website to help my kid, I share that with all of my friends who have kids. Right? So this isn't just about engagement. This is where referrals start to kick in, because this is what people share. This is what people talk about it.